Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's one of the biggest nights of the year. The XCAL All Star Race is here tonight from Michigan. And boy, it's going to be an exciting one. Over $500 in cash and prizes on the line tonight. 3 drivers will come home very, very lucky tonight with some of that prize money and a Butt Kicker Gamer Pro. That is a big, big one. It is going to be an awesome night, as always, here at Michigan. And to help me out tonight, JR Tanksley in the booth. JR, how are you feeling about your first broadcast?
Man, been wanting to do this with you for a minute now. We tried to make it in here yesterday, just didn't quite have the luck at the end of the race, but I think we got the best seat in the house for this. We ain't got to be as stressed out, and we get to watch everybody else take each other out.
This is definitely true. And Michigan in a street stock, much like Daytona and Talladega in a stock car, it is a draft pack all the way around. Last year, we saw 3, 4, and a 5 wide a couple of times. As you see, 4 wide on the front stretch now. It's going to get chaotic out there. And with 24 drivers in the field, or 24 drivers eligible tonight, man, anything could happen. Definitely an interesting and exciting one, and a couple of drivers to talk to tonight. One driver, a team owner, not in the race tonight, Gerald Thanos Poole. And Gerald, you're not in the car tonight, but more than half your team is here.
Oh yeah, I mean, my goodness, we're just sitting here thinking back to last season, and we actually had to have the All-Star Open, and we're able to get Jose raced into the All-Star race. And yeah, this season, you know, we come in here with 4 cars, so just amazing progress by the team.
It definitely is an amazing progress. Your team really coming together this season. It has been a great season for the team as a whole, as evidenced by so many of them out here tonight.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, we have. We've won 7 of the 15 features. I think we have nearly 20 podiums and 25 top 5s, and I mean, it's just really been a great season. We've had some unfortunate iRacing and internet snafus along the way that have kind of hurt us a little bit in the owner's points, but I mean, you can't complain about that, man. You just, go on to the next one. So, it's been a long view season. We're getting to that point in time where the second half of the season is when the long view kicks in. And, I really think we've, here the last few races, we've really tightened up and got the great finishes. And, the sweep at Martinsville, 1-2 here the last race. But no, yeah, the XCAL, this XCAL Web Shop Series, FKR is here, and, we're going to get hurt and see how much louder we can get the second half of the season.
Man, it has been a great season for you guys. Good luck in the second half. Hopefully, you'll pull off that team championship. I know that is your biggest goal, and good luck to all your drivers tonight.
All right, thank you, and I need to thank Aaron, Web Shop Series, Cooler Crew, Butt Kicker, Admin Box, everybody, all the teams and all their sponsors, and everybody comes out and participates and puts this show together, and we really want to thank you for everything you've done, buddy, and good luck in your future, and have some fun this last one.
Definitely will. Good luck tonight, Joe.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Well, Flying Ryan was up here wanting to be interviewed and has since disappeared. Hopefully he comes back, but JR's sitting there watching practice right now. How much do you not want to be in the middle, 4 wide, going around here tonight?
Yesterday in our open, it was the first couple laps, it was okay, but once you get 5 to 10 laps on these tires, these things get really slick, and 4 wide gets sketchy fast.
I was watching some of that 4 wide action out there, and yeah, it was getting sketchy. That third row seemed to get a little bit of a push up into that fourth row. Looks like everybody is seeing they are testing limits here tonight as to how close everybody can get. This thing is gonna get it's gonna get spicy at some point tonight.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna get spicy. The thing that these guys got to watch the most is not only pushing, but coming out of 4, that white line down the bottom, that is an out of bounds line for XCAL. And you know, you don't really know you're going to be coming across it until you're already below it. And then per XCAL rule, the guy that's on your outside doesn't have to let you back up, so then you got to blend back in without causing chaos. So the exit of 4 and the front stretch is going to be, I think, where the most excitement's going to happen tonight.
That has definitely always been the case, and it looks like Flying Ryan is ready to go. Let's see if we can get a word. Flying Ryan back in the All-Star event tonight. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty good. I only got about 13 laps of practice, but it should go good. I got a few teammates out there, and we'll work together and see if we can make something happen.
Well, you know, you've been here before countless times. You definitely know how to get it done on these tracks, and your team owner out there to help. And he is definitely good at plate racing a street stock.
He is. I mean, I love pushing Joe around these tracks. I mean, I'd rather push than get pushed. I mean, I enjoy pushing. It's weird, but Joe, I seem to be able to push him the best. So I look forward to seeing me and Joe work our way up through there, and hopefully, you know, get 1, 2, and maybe Nick gets a third, or who knows. But it's gonna be wild.
If it comes down to the last lap and that butt kicker's on the line, are you moving the college kid?
I definitely am. Sorry, Nick, but I love you, but I'm going to move you.
Well, man, it has been an awesome season for you once again, and hopefully we see you tonight back in Victory Lane.
Thank you, Doug. I enjoy your broadcasts are great, and I'd like to thank Aaron and all the sponsors for this opportunity.
But good luck tonight, buddy. Best of luck out there, and hopefully you get back into Victory Lane tonight.
Thank you, Doug.
Flying Ryan getting ready to go. Earl, good evening, buddy. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting night. As always, if you guys in the comments have a favorite driver, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for tonight. And while you got a few seconds left, run to the snack bar, get some food, get some drink. While you're standing in line, make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. And invite your friends and family to come watch a battle for over $500. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the drivers take to the grid. It'll be Jared Mogard and Jeff Edgar on the front row. No, I am sorry. It looks like our grid data needed to be updated. Brett Edgar and Matt Zaccardo on the front row. Matt Pelletier and Nick the College Kid on the second row.
Drivers you have.
Kyle McRicken Martin and Cristiano Roca on the third row. Kyle Terzak, Jose Godino on the fourth row. Jeff Edgar and Stephen Rex round out the top 10. Flying Ryan and Joe Campbell starting in 11th and 12th. Brent Meckus in 13th. Jared Mogard in 14th. King Matthew the Bear in 15th. Lataro in 16th. Octavio Rondoletto starting in 17th. And Johnny Evans starts 18th. Only 18 of the 24 drivers qualified are on track tonight. Definitely an advantage to the drivers that are out there.
$60 to win, 0 for everything else. Segment 2.
Brett Edgar leads them down. He and Matt Zaccardo made it in by vote. It'll be 3 stages here tonight. 25 laps each. That lap count is just up there by default. So only 70 laps on track tonight. All the drivers getting lined up, ready to go.
One last time.
One last time for the drivers here at Michigan. Pace truck is in. And here we go across the front stretch. Green flag is back in the air one last time here at Michigan. JR, it's definitely going to heat up very, very quickly. How much patience are these drivers going to have tonight?
I think for the first half of this run, everybody's just going to kind of ride. But that second half of these runs, these guys are going to get after it. They've got a lot on the line here and got a lot of fast guys at the back of the pack to start off. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I have to wonder how many of them they do not have a fast repair as per usual. I have to wonder how many of them are going to be playing it safe here in the early going. That big money prize is in the second part. The $150 prize at the second stage. And the big butt kicker pro for winning it all tonight. And we have seen a couple of times in the past, we have seen a couple of drivers pull off multiple stage wins here. And look at this, JR. They are already looking to try and go 4 wide.
Oh yeah, this track has a lot of different grooves you can run, which is good for these guys at the back. Being the leader is not honestly where you want to be at any restricted plate in XCAL, because you're going to be a sitting duck at some point. As you see them 4 wide for second here, these guys are 3 wide, 3, 4, 5 rows deep, and they're just getting after it right now.
They definitely are. Nobody is playing it safe at the moment. And last year we saw a small group break off in stage 1 early on. That is not the case tonight. Everybody side by side, inches apart.
This is XCal's finest right here. These guys have earned their way in and proven why they should be here. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. Some guys in different numbers tonight that we're not used to, but hey, it's All-Star Weekend. Anything goes, right?
Yeah, and some special paint schemes. And huge shout out to Chrono for the raid on Twitch. We are so grateful, buddy. Brett Edgar still leads, but Zaccardo, that front row starting. Those two guys have not given it up. Now we've got one straight up the middle, and on the high side, King Matthew the Bear is going to make it 4 wide into turn 1. And Kyle McRacken Martin up there in that 4 wide situation. I have to wonder, Kyle is likely not going to get any help from anybody this week after Nashville last week. He might be in trouble.
Yeah, for sure. If any of our hot trash guys had been there, we'd have definitely had it. Just unfortunate. I respect him. He's a great driver. We talked after Nashville, and we squared everything away. But still, I told him where we stood and how we were going to race going forward, and he understood. So hopefully we can get past it and move on, I guess.
I hope so. Good evening to Lowen.
He gives a big push to Edgar into turn 1. Great push from Kyle Martin.
It definitely was a big, big push, and these guys not giving an inch here tonight. Man, they are all going for it. Stage 1, the prize is $60. Stage 2, $150. And stage 3, they win that big butt kicker.
They went 4 wide into 3 for the lead there, and Kyle Martin comes out with the lead, but I think Zaccardo's going to have him on the bottom on the exit here. Is there 3 wide still for the lead coming across the line?
Interesting to note, Zaccardo got voted into the race in the All-Star vote. That's the first time a rookie has ever been voted into the All-Star event. That was, he had quite... Whoa, we've got a wobbly one. I believe that was Jeff Edgar wobbly into turn 2. Hey, good evening, Chrono, and here we go, 4 wide down the back straightaway, 4 wide, and we've got one looking to go 5 wide. That would not be a good idea.
I mean, Michigan's got the track space to go 5 wide. It'd definitely be fun to watch. But these cars, you know, these tires are getting hot, they're wearing out, these things are getting loose. As you can tell, most of the pack, these guys are getting loose, getting in, and every bump is getting sketchy. We got a car on the wall.
Everybody seems to... Oh, we've got, that's the 24, I believe. Roca was just kissing the wall down the front straightaway. Kyle Martin now to the lead. Matt Zaccardo right beside him, and it is 3 wide throughout the pack. And look at this, Zaccardo in his first ever All-Star appearance gets voted in and now is side-by-side inches apart.
Yeah, he's definitely flexing his muscles here a little bit. He was really good yesterday in the All-Star Open. He pushed us around for a couple laps, and I thought we had a chance of getting in, but, you know, at the end... all heck broke loose and cars were sliding everywhere and wrecking, and we just unfortunately missed getting in by a few positions. But these guys are still 3 wide, 3 and 4 rows deep.
Yeah, they are not giving an inch. Everybody is full throttle, full send. Oh, some bumping up front. Zaccardo into McRacken. McRacken goes up the track into Rex, but everybody, great save. They all gathered it up.
All these guys are racing 3 wide has allowed Rocha on that outside line to pull everybody in. He has passed probably 6-7 cars on that outside by himself in the last lap or so.
We've got a few cars, and we have seen this in years past, as they're going to try and go 4 wide down the backstretch. We have seen this in years past where a couple of the drivers drop to the back early in the first stage and see how they can run to the front, how long it takes them. It is a strategy move and a great plan, and it looks like Cristiano may have done that, as they are 4 wide up front. Remember, they do not have a fast repair tonight. If anything goes wrong, they could be out of it.
Oh, yeah. These guys are racing like it's the last lap of the Daytona 500. But hey, like again, it's All-Star Weekend. No holds bar. Boys, have at it.
Yeah, they are definitely in the throttle. They are definitely going for the win every lap. Only a couple of drivers not up here in the battle. Matt Pelletier, Octavio Rondoletto, and Lataro Lamperti at the back, along with Jeff Edgar. Edgar started up front, but has dropped to the back to play it safe here. Likely going to see those 4 drivers come forward at the end of the stage. Oh, now they're going to settle back into only 3 wide.
Yeah, I feel like those 3-4 cars at the back are playing it smart here. They're going to let these guys go up here and race, and in their hope, they're hoping they take each other out to shorten the field here for them. But come stage 2 and stage 3, Octavio, Lataro, and Matt are definitely going to be a force to work with here.
It is worth noting tonight is my final XCAL broadcast. However, 2 weeks from tonight, you might want to watch closely in the field. Knowing which race is coming, I might actually hop in a car for that one. And Man, no better race to have your final broadcast than this All-Star race. This is definitely one of my favorites all year.
I mean, it's All-Star Weekend. We had a special paint scheme made up for you that I was going to run tonight for you, Doug, but unfortunately we couldn't make it in. But again, thanks for getting me involved in XCAL. I really appreciate it, and you're really going to be missed by the drivers.
Well, definitely appreciate it. I will definitely miss the drivers as well, but like I said, I've got already 3 invites to drive, so yeah, there's likely going to be me on track some this season. Good evening, Steven Seams. And good evening, Gerald Poole, talking about it being 4 wide. Mark Dantuma cheered on the Flaming Karma team, and the Flaming Karma team, they're the ones hiding out at the back right now. This is, knowing how Gerald is, knowing how that team is, that is a wise strategy move, and they'll definitely race their way back up when it counts. Johnny Evans started in 18th at the back. He is currently in 6th, but he's in the middle, 3 wide. And if you're going to be in a 3 wide situation, bottom or top, that middle is not a comforting place to be.
Well, yesterday in our All-Star Open, he won the Open from that middle lane. He was side drafting a lot on the guys down on the bottom and was able to pick them off there at the line when chaos ensued, and he crossed the line first. So hopefully he has the same luck tonight running that middle lane. It's done him well so far this weekend, so why not try it?
Well, halfway through stage 1, and McGrecken almost got into Zaccardo there, but halfway through the first stage, this first stage is only battling for $60. I say only, it's quite a bit of money, but you know, the car has to last to make it into stage 2 and race for $150, and it is, I mentioned it earlier on, but only 18 of 24 drivers, qualified drivers joining. It's got to be frustrating as a driver, JR, knowing, hey, 6 of these drivers didn't show up. You could have made it into the race.
Yeah, I was contemplating that earlier. You know, what if some of these guys don't show up? But again, I respect Aaron's decisions to keep it to the guys that lock themselves in, which is the way it should be. And it's unfortunate because we had 3 really fast Hot Trash Motorsports cars that could have competed with these guys tonight, but it is what it is, and we're just going to take this as a motivation to finish this year out strong and lock ourselves in for next season.
Well, that's definitely the best way to look at it. XCAL is going to be around for a good long while. Hey, good evening, Danny. I'll miss you guys just as much. I promise you, as we're back to 4 wide for the lead, and Flying Ryan on the attack on the bottom. Man,
yeah, I believe that was the 18 of Kyle Martin there that got loose from that middle lane and lost all the momentum and allowed those guys to get back past him.
Yeah, it was, and again, Kyle has no friends on track tonight after Nashville last week, so he has got to do it on his own tonight, and you got to give him credit. He is fast, and he knows how to get it done. The question is, can he do it tonight with 0 help out there?
If he's the one pushing, he should have no issue. But you know, him being out front, he's going to be a set and duck when it comes to the end of these stages, because a lot of these guys are just going to they would pull out from behind their grandma or their mom to win one of these things. So Kyle's definitely going to be a sit and duck.
And Johnny Evans to the front for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, is Kyle Martin sideways again off of 4.
You know, they're all running the same setup here tonight. So they all have the same handling, but they can't adjust braking and steering ratio. And I'm guessing he has a very low steering ratio right now. And that's why that car is bobbing and weaving so dang much.
Yeah, Kyle Turzak was giving him a good shot coming into turn 3 there. Got him sideways. Did it again in turn 1. These guys are pushing and shoving. There's 9 laps to go in the stage. These guys are really about to get racy.
Yeah, they definitely are. And remember, stage 1 is just for, I say just $60. It is still a good chunk of change for all these guys.
With Stephen Rex split in the middle there, coming up from 5th to the lead, pushing for the lead going into one in that middle lane. He literally just shoved Kyle Martin right out of the way.
I expect we see a little bit more shoving in the last 7 laps, but I think it's going to come down to the final stage is when everybody's going to get bumpy. And there's one driver we haven't talked about that always a factor in a plate race. Joe Campbell, he's got 2 season opener wins at Charlotte, both this year and 2 years ago. Always a contender when we go plate racing, and he's lurking there 4th in line on the bottom. I don't think he's done yet.
Cars, no. Joe's fast. He's been getting faster as we get to these smaller tracks we've run. You know, me and Albie at Hot Trash have had a chance to talk to Joe, especially last night when we were doing our All-Star games, and you know, we're trying to hash any issues we've had the first half of the year to try to make our second half of the season go a lot smoother. And Joe was honestly the first guy that reached out to us and was like, hey, you know, we need to put our differences aside and help each other as much as we can. He knows we're catching his team in points, and he doesn't like it very much.
Well, the team battle is definitely going to heat up as this season goes on, as Johnny Evans was getting a push from McRecken and looks like he kissed the wall just a little bit, right behind Mogard on the move back toward the front. Mogard, another one that dropped off early on and is fighting his way back. Looks like it's time to get to work, and everybody is coming, as Octavio and Lataro, who had been hanging out at the back, are now up in the mix.
Wrecking on the backstretch.
And speaking of, that is Octavio Rondoletto. King Matthew the Bear also involved, our first caution of the night.
You know, Doug, I'm honestly impressed with how Zaccardo's running. I mean, he's showing why the fans voted him into this All-Star race. He's been up front pretty much this whole first segment on that inside line, and he's really flexing his muscles here.
Definitely is. Let's see if we can see what happened with Octavio and the King. Coming out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, looks like King got a bump off of potentially Mogard and ended up coming down across Octavio. Take another angle at this and just see what we see here. Coming out of turn 2, Matt is right there. Oh, Matt looked like he may have pushed up a little bit. Mogard barely taps him. Heavy damage to the 81, but he will keep going. Wow. Well,
yeah, that just looks like he tried to get into that middle groove there, and Kyle Martin was there, and unfortunately it picked up Octavio and Jeff Edgar as well, and hopefully we can get all 3 of these cars back into the race and see them up front before too long.
A whole bunch of cars on pit road, including Octavio and Matt Bear. And the list: Kyle Martin, Jared Mogard, Lataro Lamperti, Jeff Edgar, Octavio, and King Matt the Bear. You know, they all came in. That is throughout the field. And talking to the drivers beforehand, they really have enough fuel to do both the first 2 stages without a pit stop. So some of them taking this stop here early, you know, it could play out, especially with the end of stage 1. The top 4 go to the back and invert. You get a pit stop in now, and regardless of where you finish, you may end up advancing.
XCAL Racing officials have given Kyle Martin an EOL and Matt Bear an EOL for that incident. So Kyle Martin and Matt Bear both to the back of the pack on this restart coming. As we should take the green with 2 to go in segment 1. There's some guys that pitted at the back that are going to be on fresh tires. So this ending to segment 1 is going to be really, really exciting.
Yeah. The fresh tires don't make a ton of difference on speed going around here, but they do make a difference on how well you can maneuver your way back up through the field. And, man, a lot of races, you get out there, you tell somebody you're coming up behind them on fresh tires, they'll let you go, because why battle with those fresh tires? But here at the end of stage 1, they are not going to give an inch.
This finish to segment 1 is going to be really, really exciting.
Yep.
This is going to be one of those pull your belts tight one more time kind of deals that Larry McReynolds used to say for Fox. Because it's about to go down.
It definitely is. With just a couple laps, it should be 2 to go once the green flag drops. And wow, it should be 3 to go when they will throw the caution at the end of lap 25. So these guys are definitely going to be battling it out. The winner of stage 1 wins $60. Gonna be very interesting here.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see these guys 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide coming across the line to end segment 1 here.
Matt Zaccardo still in the front row next to Steven Rex. Brent Mekas, Flying Ryan right behind Nick, the college kid, and Brett Edgar. And Ryan did say in pre-race he would move Nick out of the way to get a win. I'm willing to bet Nick feels the same way here tonight.
Oh, yeah. You might be teammates till it comes down to coming out of 4 for the checkered flag of these things. And then, again, it's no holds bar. We've seen it in NASCAR, Blaney and Logano leaving each other.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't really matter as we're back green.
And across the start-finish line, there is a car slow at the back. Looks like Octavia was able to pull back up. Kyle Martin is back there. Matt Bear now back there as well. I expect to see Matt coming through. But for the first time, Steven Rex has his nose out front. He's going to try and get it.
He's getting a push from the 131 Orion Seams. Holding strong in that middle lane as they're coming into 3.
And they're 4 wide right behind as Joe Campbell is giving a big push on the bottom. Moving Brent Mekas out front. Steven Rex on the outside, but Joe there to help. Remember, as we get 1 to green, or 1 to go in stage 1, they cannot go below the white line. Big wreck into 1. There will not be a caution. Cristiano Roca had one heck of a rough ride.
These guys are pushing and shoving down the backstretch. Steven Rex is outside by himself doing a lot of side drafting. It's working.
It is working.
He's staying right there with them, pulling even with
Steven Rex and Joe Campbell and Flying Ryan working together. Mogart is up in the mix with his J&S teammates.
Here we go.
Oh!
They're bumped him, and Steven Rex will win segment 1 of the 2024 All-Star Race.
That could not have been any closer. Let's take a quick look at what happened on that last lap with Cristiano Roca. There's Roca on the bottom as they go. Oh, there was some bumping. Roca came back up the track, successfully avoided anybody and kept the speed, but he has lost a lot of ground. He's going to have to fight. Now, how many, if you're out here, JR, and into stage 1, Steven Rex, Brent Mekas, Joe Campbell, and Flying Ryan are going to the back, do you pit or do you wait and see the track position?
You know, segment 2's got a lot more ante on the line here, so I would probably take the fresh stickers and fill her up with fuel just so I know I wouldn't have to make another stop till the end of this thing. At least until the end of segment 2 for tires. So I would pit here, kind of right at the back and play it smart, and then, you know, 5 to 10 laps to go in the segment, push my way to the front.
Definitely a good plan. Speaking of pushing their way to the front, Kyle Martin started tail end of the field on that last restart and made his way up to 5th in 2 laps, so we know guys are going to be fighting their way to the front. Earl Seam said he would pit as well, and I have to ask, Earl, are you going to be back in the car for Chicago? And it looks like there may have been a problem under caution. Let's take a quick look. Kyle Terzak, one of the rookies this season, came out of turn 2 and his engine let go. That is a heartbreaker for Terzak. Everybody pitted except McRecken.
Go figure, right?
Well, he did. He was on pit road, lap 21, after that incident. So he's got fairly fresh tires. He's got a pretty full load of fuel here.
He's not in a very good spot being out front here, because a lot of these guys are just gonna pull up to his outside or pull down to his inside and just steamroll him down the backstretch.
Yeah, and something we have to mention here is somebody may need to get a defibrillator and keep it right next to Gerald Thanos' pool, because it seems like his team is getting caught up in everything tonight, and some very, very close calls for that team.
Well, the good thing is, coming back to the restart here, they're going to be 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, so they'll all be together, grouped up. Does Octavio and Cristiano let Lautaro and Jose down in line to have 4 cars on the inside?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet they do. Hey, good evening, DP.
Hey, we tried that yesterday, me and Albie and Richie Joplin. We tried that yesterday, and it worked out really well for several laps. You know, we took the green, and I let Richie down in front of me and was able to push him up to Albie's bumper, and we led the inside line for 10 or 12 laps.
Well, if the strategy works, you definitely want to use it. Now, going into stage 2, what is your strategy at the start of this one after having watched stage 1, JR?
Ooh. The competitor in me wants to be right in the mix of it, but the driver in me wants to, you know, back off and let these guys have at it up front.
And since you are a real-world NASCAR spotter, what does the spotter in you tell your driver to do here?
Honestly, as a spotter, I would want my guy to, you know, to back out, let these guys race it out up front to have a better chance in segment 3. Because, you know, the worst thing we want to do is tear a car up. You know, even for guys we don't like for me, Kyle Martin, Joe Campbell. You know, I still don't like to see these guys with tore-up cars, even on iRacing. It's just, it's not in me. It never has been in me to see people tear their stuff up. So the spotter in me is like, look, man, let's back off, let these guys have at it, save ourselves for segment 3, and then segment 3, leave it all out on the line. If we don't finish well, we don't finish well, but we tried.
Well, that is definitely going to be all those different strategies are going through all the minds of every driver on track. And, you know, every one of these drivers came into the night with a plan. And that first caution probably threw every single plan out the window.
Oh, yeah, especially for Johnny Evans in the 14, is he was just given the black flag. So Johnny will have to serve a pass-through, I do believe, after we take the green.
things for a loop.
It could honestly work out in his favor if these guys get, a couple laps in and stack up, because he's going to be well behind the pack and won't have to worry about any damage. But if this thing stays green, he's definitely going to be a sitting duck when these guys catch him, because nobody's going to let him stay in front. He's going to be significantly slower without the draft help, and these guys are just going to, like a lap car at Daytona or Talladega, they're going to pull up a lane and just roll right on by.
Oh, that's definitely going to make things interesting with that penalty as we see how it plays out here. Lights are out on the pace car. They will get ready to go green once again. Brett Edgar is still sitting on pit road. Kyle Turzak is officially out of the race. Already a couple of drivers having issues here tonight. Edgar is on his way back out. I didn't think Brett had any significant damage, but did have an extended pit stop there.
Yeah, I guess Lautaro, Jose, and Cristiano were going to start inside the top 5 here. Octavio's going to start back in 9th, so does he try to catch up and work with his teammates, or does he go back to the back and ride this thing out once again?
That brings to mind, I'll mention this here in a minute, pace car has dropped back on pit road. Here we go again. Green flag is back in the air. Stage number 2 is underway. They'll go to the end of lap 55. Mogart shoots up immediately to the 3rd lane. And I will mention that I believe it was 2 years ago when we were here in Michigan for the regular points race. One team worked together and right off the green flag got everybody working together, their whole team, 6 cars deep, went 4 wide at the front of the pack and was able to defend the entire track all the way around. Flaming
Look
car.
At this, is Octavio's already caught Cristiano, and these guys are all of Gerald's teams up front now. They're 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and I believe 5th.
Yep, and they are trying to get McRecken out of the way.
There goes Lautaro to the inside. Lataro's going to have the lead going into 1. Cristiano pulls down behind him. Kyle Martin's in the bad spot once again.
Hey, how's it going, Chrono? Lautaro is out front with Roca on his bumper, and Mogart still trying to make that high line work. And at the end of the first stage, we saw a couple of J&S teammates together. As I mentioned, both the J&S and Flaming Karma have enough drivers on track tonight. If they can get their team to the front, they could actually control the front of the race.
Oh, yeah, the front 3 cars on that inside line are all Gerald Poole and Flaming Karma paint shop cars. I believe they're trying to... Lautaro may be slowing up a little bit here to let Octavio down in front to have all 4 cars down on the bottom.
Could very well. No, it looks like Roca's going to slow down a little bit. Johnny Evans behind. 3rd in line in that middle row. Push from Godino goes up to the middle line. Evans goes up now to the 3rd line, and they're keeping it a lot calmer this stage as they're only going 3 wide this time instead of 4.
As Octavio drops to the bottom right in behind Lautaro. Jeff Edgar's going to do everything he can here to keep Jose in that top lane, because he knows if those 4 Flaming Karma cars hook up, these guys are probably going to pull out on the inside.
Well, I think it's lucky for the rest of the field out here that their leader, Gerald, isn't out here. I've watched Gerald race for 3.5, 4 years now, and I can tell you, on a play race and a draft race, Gerald is tough to beat. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened with this team, with their leader out there, as there is a big gap now. Edgar's left the door open. Can Godino, he could come down behind Roca right now if he wanted. And that inside line has the advantage at the moment. Brett Edgar is back on pit road.
Godino looks to that third line up top, trying to bring the outside around here into turn 1. Car in the fence. Is that Zaccardo in the fence going into 1?
Yes, it is. Zaccardo has significant damage. No caution. Let's see if we can see what happened. Zaccardo back behind. It looks like the car just snapped right. Could have been a technical issue. He did have fresh tires on, but a hard hit into the right outside wall. And that is a heartbreak. Zaccardo likely out of contention here. Well, actually, he is out of contention officially, maybe out of the race. That'll take 2 drivers out of the race, and Brett Edgar several laps down now.
Yeah, Zaccardo was showing really good speed there in segment 1. Very unfortunate for him, and it sucks as a driver because you lay it all out on the line. As now you see him 3 wide for the lead. Jose pulling that outside line. Oh boy!
Oh, McRecken's going back and forth, almost bouncing off the Flaming Karma cars.
It's almost as if Kyle's trying to block 3 lanes at once, but he knows he can't do it. Jerry, get your defibrillator ready, buddy, because it's coming.
You and I both know that Kyle can't do it, but you know we both also know if he gets the opportunity to block 3 lanes, he'll dang sure try.
Look at this. Johnny Evans had a black flag, and he is back up here in 5th place, pushing McRecken around the middle lane.
Johnny Evans in the 14 car, back in the fight. DP saying, yeah, it looks like his wheel disconnected. That was kind of my first thought, is either wheel disconnected, lost power, something went wrong with Zaccardo's car. As Lataro's got the nose out. Interesting that Flaming Karma is split up with Godino up top. The other 3 in the bottom line, and Larkin back behind. Currently scored in 13th. Right behind Flying Ryan is Joe Campbell. I kind of expect Joe is back there. He's got help from Ryan. They've got the partnership with the Bustin' at the Seams team. Nick, the college kid, right next to him. That little group right there, I'd be a little bit worried about right about now.
Oh yeah, these guys lurking back at the back. They're playing it smart, letting these guys race it out hard.
Definitely hard. Thank you, Chrono. Have a great night, buddy.
Jose still pulling. Mogard, honestly, is doing a great job of pushing Jose around on that 3rd lane. Evans gets loose a little bit in 1 there, which is gonna help Jose a lot because it's gonna allow him to possibly pull down behind Kyle Martin. No, he stays on his outside. As Rocha gets into Johnny Evans a little bit to keep them separated. Was that an intentional move?
Could very well have been. I think anything goes out here. I think you're going to see, as we close in on the end of stage 2, I think you're going to see a lot of blocks being thrown here. I think everybody is going to block everything they can.
Jose's going to now fall in line behind Kyle Martin.
Kyle
Martin's got to be watching that mirror, wondering not if, but when the push is going to come to get him out of the way.
And one of the guys that might very well do it, King Matthew the Bear, is closing in on McRecken's back bumper. Jose Godino tried to shoot underneath, but McRecken was able to block it. Now King is on his way to the front, that middle line, starting to make some moves.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful push down the backstretch there by Ryan Seams in that 131 car.
Flying Ryan back up in the mix. Joe Campbell back up in the mix. Godino and McRecken dropping back a little bit.
Oh, Martin up against the fence, letting these guys go.
That is a McRecken strategy move. He is likely doing what we talked about earlier. He's going to drop to the back and run to the front to show him he can. Flaming Karma Racing has a no gloves approach to tonight's race, so things are going to get bumpy. And Joe is about to pull up. He is finally at the back bumper of Flying Ryan with their teammate Bogard up leading that high line. Halfway through the second segment, and all these drivers are still holding their breath.
As they're pulling up on a lap car here coming down the backstretch.
That'll be Brett Edgar in the lap car, and I have to mention last year's All-Star event had, let's call it, an issue with one driver that caused some chaos, and I don't believe he's actually welcome back in an XCAL event, but yeah, he went a lap down and let the lead pack catch up to him, caused some problems there. We know Brett Edgar wouldn't do that, but you know the guys that were here last year, they've got to be thinking that in the back of their head that anytime you catch up to a lap car and you're 5 or 10 miles an hour faster than they are, anything can go wrong.
Yeah, as Edgar wisely pulls down below the apron here to let these guys go, and a great class act by Edgar. He's always raced that way since I've been in XCAL. Sometimes it's just best to let him go and live to fight another day.
Well, he'll pull back up in line. He loses another lap, and unlikely he'll get the opportunity to get waved back to the lead lap. But, you know, you're halfway through stage 2, and anything could still happen here. Steven Rex has had a problem back behind.
Yeah, it looks like he got really loose off of 4 there and did a great job saving that car and keeping it down low to let those guys keep racing above him.
What? No, actually they started at the top and everybody just kind of came down. One car up top came down, bumped into the next one that bumped down, and just a chain reaction there. But still a great save by Steven Rex to not cause any kind of issues there. And a nice drift through the grass, I might add. Meanwhile, look who is back at the front. King Matthew the Bear is up there, and Kyle Martin back up third in line.
You know, if I was these guys right here, I would be watching Jose Godino in that 20 car. He's back at the back of this lead pack here. And I feel like he's really, really just sitting and waiting for a chance to get back to the bottom with his teammates here.
Honestly, Jose Godino, one of the best strategists out there, always has a plan going in his head, and you're absolutely right. I would be a little bit worried about Godino being back there right now as well. And, oh, the rest of the field may be in trouble now. Joe Campbell was the leader on the high line with the push from Mogard. Mogard dropped down, McRicken hopped up, so...
Kyle Martin trying to pull that inside line back around. He's the lead car on that outside group, pulling dead even with the leaders down the backstretch.
Joe giving him a bump into turn 3. An outside line has the furthest distance to go through the turn. They have got to have a little bit more momentum to stay even, and unfortunately with only 2 cars there, they just don't have it at the moment.
The 24 of Cristiano Rocha has just completely disappeared.
Well, he just reappeared, but he is all the way back now in 15th. He's back there with Brett Edgar, but he has lost a lot of ground. Steven Rex and Matt Pelletier also, they are teammates, but they are back behind the lead pack, almost 2 seconds behind, losing ground at the moment. But that
Matt Bear made a daring move there to jump down in front of Octavio.
I have to wonder if Pelletier and Rex back there, you got to wonder if that's the safest place to be. Hey, good evening, Jared.
Coming to 7 to go in segment 2, I feel like being back there probably is the safest place because this thing is going to get sketchy quick.
Well, it got a little bit sketchy when Matt Bear got the bump from Lataro and got almost sideways in 1 and 2, but that middle line led by Flying Ryan was able to take advantage of that little bit of a slowdown.
Yeah, you could see these guys are getting loose on entry and exit, just pushing and shoving these
Whoa!
guys.
Yeah, Jose.
Jose had Joe Campbell all but turned.
They definitely did. That was a bit wild. Everybody holds on to it. You got to give them credit. Everybody is, for the most part, everybody here tonight has saved it a couple of times, but you know the luck runs out eventually. Jared Heasley foresees a big wreck coming, and those 4 drivers off the lead pack might be glad they are back there.
Matt Bear wrecking into 3.
And a second before that, Mogart literally pushed McRecken out of the pack. Caution back out, lap 48.
I do believe that just took every Flaming Karma car in this race to the wall.
Well, looks like Jose Godino, Matt Bear, Joe Campbell also involved. Let's take a look. Godino back behind. You see Mogart, he pushes. Oh, Matt Bear just... Take a look at Matt. Looks like he got loose again. Maybe a bad bump into 3. Yep, a bad bump. He gets loose and comes back up, and you're right, JR. Several Flaming Karma cars end up in the wall, as does Joe Campbell. Matt Bear obviously catching a piece of it. Several drivers, a lot of cars are in trouble.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for those guys. Again, Jeff Edgar caught up in yet another incident, not of his doing. This thing's going to get crazy. Before the end of this thing, there's not going to be anybody left.
We have seen this race finish with fewer and fewer cars each segment. And once they get to that last segment, things really start to get hot out on track. More and more cars are going to get tore up. This may come down to a battle of attrition, but out front, it's the Seams boys, Flying Ryan and the College Kid in the top 2 spots.
Add insult to injury for Flaming Karma. Lataro was just given the black flag.
Ouch. So, yeah, that'll put Lataro starting at the back, but that's going to be also dependent on how badly tore up these cars are. Looking down, doesn't look like Lataro's got a ton, nor does Octavio. We saw Matt Bear. That was not the first incident Matt has been in tonight.
Getting on the pit road here, Doug, it looks as though Matt Bear may have turned Jose into the pit road wall.
Oh, let's see. Taking a look, Matt Bear is heading in. His front clip is gone. His chances at a win likely gone. He lets a couple of cars stopped on the turn. Lets a couple of cars go by, and then he comes up to speed. JR, I think you're right. He does just rams right into Jose Godino, rams him into the wall. Taking a look to see if he gets any of the other drivers involved in that one.
Boy, I tell you, a lot of these guys better be glad that Gerald's not in this race, because if they were, then they would definitely have a bounty on their head for sure. I'm sure that's the team orders now, is to go out here and give a little bit of payback. So watch the end of segment 2, because it's going to get exciting.
Well, it definitely will. Did look like King Matthew the Bear was hunting that time.
You know, Doug, let's try to get the segment 2 winner in here after the end of this thing and see what they think about the race so far.
We may try and do that while we're still under caution. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back with you. And we are back just as the green flag drops with 2 to go in segment number 2. And JR, we've still got quite a few cars on the lead. Holy crap!
Boy, did did Lataro time that perfect, and Joe Campbell has dropped out of the race.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker for Joe, one of the guys we knew would be in contention. But man, what a restart by Lataro. That was one heck of a run into one.
Oh, it was. He got off pit road a little bit late and timed it just perfect to get a good jump on these guys. These guys are pushing and shoving. They will go caution free, as I believe they're coming to the white flag here.
Yes, they are. So it'll be one more time around. And segment 2, this battle, the winner wins $150. And, Flying Ryan and McRecken banging doors into one. Oh, Ryan way out of shape.
Opens the bottom for Mogard. Ryan Ryan should pull down. He's doing the best thing he can right now, and that's to block the 11 because he knows the 11's fast. This thing's going to get dicey coming to the line here.
It definitely is. Mogard is Ryan's teammate, but we've got one sideways.
What a save!
Oh,
wow, what a save!
Flying ran is around.
They're wrecking, and I believe Mogard's going to win
Mogard's
stage 2.
Keeping his foot in it, and Jared Mogard wins stage 2.
Wow, what a finish.
I mean, some of the saves we saw in that last lap, the stuff of legends.
These guys are proving why this is one of the top leagues in iRacing.
Let's take a quick look at some of the incidents on the last lap. We saw Lataro bump, and he gets a bump from the 11, pushes up, it gets into Ryan. The three of them go through the grass. Fortunately for them, very little damage from what we see. Let's take a look as Ryan goes through. And is that Mechas at the back that got sideways? Yeah, Ryan keeps it out of the wall. Brent Mechas in the middle. McRacken comes down, clips him, sends him sideways. Mechas just holds that thing, and man, all the wrecking going on behind him. He actually picked up a couple of spots coming to the line.
Oh yeah, these guys are really going at it. There's ooh.
Jared Mogard now $150 richer.
I do believe, reading the rules for this race, that the top 6 after segment 2 are EOL'd to start at the back. So that's going to be
inverted.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be Mogard, Matt Pelletier, Nick Seams, Stephen Rex, Kyle Martin, and Johnny Evans.
They will go to the back, and Mogard will go to the very, very back with the invert.
You want to try to get a word with Mogard, Doug?
We can. Maybe not. It does not look like Mogard is actually available. We'll take a quick commercial break while we're on the stage break and get ready to take you to the finish here in just a moment. And we are back as we prepare for the final 25 lap shootout. To the end, the winner will receive a Butt Kicker Gamer Plus unit. The big prize tonight, those things are roughly $300. I don't remember the exact price, but it is up there, and they are definitely worth every single penny. Every one of these drivers wants one in a big, big way. Remecca's Jeff Edgar will have the front row. Jeff Edgar kind of deserves it after that save a moment ago.
Oh, yeah. Save of the night by far.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got, who is it? Ryan Seams and Lautaro Lamperti, row 2.
Yep. Jose Godino, Cristiano Roca, row 3. Johnny Evans and McRecken on row 4. Stephen Rex and Nick Seams, row 5. Matt Pelletier, Jared Mogard, Matt Bear. Apparently the last 3 on track. Joe Campbell is back out. Not on the lead lap. He is about 8 laps down.
Well, Doug, is the final start?
Yep.
You want to give it to him one good time?
One more time. Here they come. DP, no, I'm not buying you one. Here we go. One last time. The final stage of the All-Star event is back under green. We are away at Michigan.
Watch this 81 coming from the back. He's going to dive to the bottom. Actually, he's going to go high. He pulled the same move Lautaro did earlier, making it work on the outside.
Yeah, which is impressive considering how much damage Matt currently has. That car is tore up. He may not be able to pull off the win. I don't think he can pull a line single-handedly, but I think he can get in the draft and hold on if the engine will hold on.
Yeah, as you can see now, he realized once we got a car spinning into 3.
And look,
91's around. No caution.
Stephen Rex off track in 3 and 4. See what happened here with Rex. They come down the back straightaway. Oh, Cristiano Roca pushed up going into 3. Gets into his left rear quarter panel. Stephen Rex goes around through the grass, gets it back up, but he is going to need a caution to get back into the fight.
I don't know if these guys are playing scared now or not, but these guys are only getting there. I don't think they're wanting to push 3 wide right now at all.
No, they're gonna. Some of these guys are just gonna play it safe for a few laps here. Let things wind down, and looks like Thanos dropping by. Let's see what he has to say. Gerald, your team's been through it all tonight.
Oh yeah, we kind of got beat up a bit, but hey, we still got somebody hanging in there. We got actually a couple drivers hanging in there if this thing keeps turning out the way it seems to keep turning out.
Some very, very close calls, and Lautaro's been caught up in a few of them so far, and yet still holds on.
Oh yeah, I mean his car has really, the damage is kind of minimal, and it's Lautaro.
So how do you feel his chances are to make it to the end, and can Roca get back into the fight?
Yeah, I mean, I still see a caution coming for some reason. So, yeah, we'll see how this thing filters out to the end. Like I said, I think there's going to be another caution, and then we'll see what we get to when we get to the end.
Well, man, good luck. It's definitely been a wild all-star race tonight, buddy.
10-4, buddy. Catch you later.
Well, Gerald definitely still cheering on his team. Still 2 cars in the fight as Nick, the college kid, almost kissed the wall on the backstretch.
Yeah, working with Gerald as much as, Hot Trash has this year. Honestly, without Gerald, Hot Trash honestly wouldn't be a team. You know, I can kind of hear the anger. It's there. It's there a little bit. You know, he's frustrated as any team owner would be with the night that they're having. You know, to be at the back and then work their way to the front, and then chaos ensuing, and pretty much the entire team being caught up in one incident, and to still have two cars up here battling for a chance to win this thing is really impressive and shows the heart and determination that his guys have.
Oh, definitely true. And speaking of team owners still in the fight, Campbell's still out here, even though he is numerous laps down, trying to help his drivers out. He's still got Mogard and Flying Ryan up there that he can connect with and try and push them to the win. Kyle Martin is taking some risky moves here late in this one.
Yeah, that's Kyle Martin each and every week, honestly.
That really is. But man, when you're bump drafting somebody and you see Joe is making it impossible for Kyle to bump draft him by weaving back and forth.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he's doing it intentionally to get him off his bumper. I mean,
He definitely was, and it worked.
I mean, oh boy, that got close for Joe and Jeff Edgar there coming off a 2. But, from last week at Nashville, Kyle driving in 3-4 car lengths deep, taking me out. And then, earlier in that race, dumping some cars on the front stretch. I mean, he drives reckless, and there's a lot of guys that have his number, and they're all going to wait for the right opportunity and showcase their displeasure.
Well, it definitely also appears King Matthew the Bear is officially out. Went to pit road a lap or so ago.
Octavio has since retired for the race. DiCarlo, I do believe, is also retired for the race. Although I don't think DiCarlo was in the race.
No, DiCarlo wasn't. But does look like Octavio is officially out, as is Jeff Edgar, Matt Zaccardo, and Kyle Terzak. Zaccardo, like we were talking about, man, he had a great, got voted in and a great first stage, so close to the win. Kind of a heartbreak for a rookie, but hey, you know what? His rookie season in XCAL, he makes it to the All-Star event. You got to be happy about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just to make it in, honestly, was a good push for him. I mean, he had some guys on his side. The 7 wrecking. 18 and the 7 are around in turn 1.
Kyle,
the 14 T-bones the 18.
Kyle tried to push a bad situation. He tried to squeeze into a gap that just wasn't there. Jeff Edgar, Kyle Martin, Johnny Evans, all involved. Caution back out, lap 67.
I mean, NASCAR's getting Chastained. I guess XCAL's got Kyle Martin. So I guess he just got Kyle Martin. Kyle Martin in Kyle Martin fashion.
Let's take a look at this one. Let's take a looking down from the blimp. The blimp all zoomed in, and
yeah,
Kyle,
that's on.
He had an opening there, and then the opening closed. He came down anyway.
Yeah, do you put the blame on the 18 there for trying to get to the bottom, or do you put the blame on the 7 for trying to cut him off? I mean, I would call this a racing deal, but still, it's Kyle Martin still being Kyle Martin. He could have been a little bit more patient. There's still a lot of racing left. There's no need to, force your way into the inside lane.
And Johnny Evans, likely the worst in that situation. He was flying around the track and just had nowhere to go. A bit of a heartbreak for him tonight as well. Steven Rex is coming back. Jeff Edgar did not hit anything, so he is okay. As a large number of cars are coming in, and it looks like Pelletier's staying out, and I think Flying Ryan, either in this incident or the previous one, got a little left front damage on that 131. Obviously not having an effect, though.
Yeah, looking at these cars pulling on the pit road, that 14 of Johnny Evans is smoking a lot out the back of that car, which is indicating engine trouble. Hopefully he can get that thing fixed and get it back out there. But again, I feel like he's going to be several laps down. Unfortunate for him.
It definitely is. Missing the entire front clip. The left front's banged up and did see some smoke a moment ago. So heartbreak for Johnny. He was nowhere near or he wasn't involved in the incident. But now Pelletier's up front for the first time tonight, and he's going to have help from Steven Rex. Brett Mackus is going to catch up to him. Those three guys, they may be tough to beat. Those three will be working together.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really see what happened to Cristiano Rocha there on that last restart, but he fell well off the pace. I'm wondering if he's got some engine trouble, if that thing's not at full power. But we'll hope it is at full power so him and Lautaro can link up and try to get those cars back to the front.
Well, the number of cars on the lead lap is shrinking in the final stage. Looks like we'll have 12 cars on the lead lap. 18 cars started this race. But when there's over $500 in cash and prizes on the line, everybody's going for it. And I don't think any of these cars will be completely in one piece when the night's over.
Oh, no, not at all. And believe it or not, Joe Campbell was actually given the wave around.
So that's going to put Joe still several laps down, but as I mentioned earlier, anything could still happen. Lights are out as they get ready to go back to green flag racing here in stage 3.
Let's see if Joe can time this restart perfect like Lautaro and Matt Bear have the last couple and drive around these guys on the outside.
Hey, gets himself back in position to get another lap back, and anything could happen here. Kyle Martin just now came off of pit road. I suspect he's trying that timing as well.
Yeah, I think Kyle may have been black flagged. Not sure.
Well,
but Doug, for your final XCAL race broadcast, how's it been going for you?
Exciting and wild. That would be the and exactly what you'd expect. And since it is my final XCAL one, what do you say when the green flags drops? We'll stop talking. We're gonna crank it up for you, folks, one more time.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Pace truck is in. Here we go. Crank up your volume. Let's get loud at Michigan. Steven Rex just got a black flag a moment ago. Pelletier still at the lead, and they're going 4 wide up front.
Oh, here comes Lautaro in that second groove.
Yep, with a big push from McRecken.
That's not the guy I would want on my bumper at any point during this race.
No. And given the his bumping, him and Lautaro have both had problems bumping tonight. Yeah, those two might be a match made in heaven. They may work very well together, given the circumstances. But I'm not counting out either seams right now. Nick, the college kid, Flying Ryan. Nick has actually been able to avoid pretty much all the chaos tonight and is now making an attack on the high side.
Yeah, he just doesn't quite have the help he needs on that bumper. I believe that's Mogard up there with him. He just hasn't quite gotten the drafting help he needs to really stay with Flotaro and Matt Pelletier at this time.
Yeah, but, oh, wait a minute. We've got one car down on the apron.
I think that's Steven serving that black flag.
Yep, it does appear Rex is in to serve the black. And now we've got a 6-car battle for the win and 10 laps to go at Michigan.
These guys are going to give it all they've got for these last 10 laps. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys try to go 6 wide.
No, not at all. They're going to definitely go 4 wide. We've seen 4 and 5 wide here before. And coming out of turn 4 on the last lap, 6, 7, 8 wide, no telling what'll happen. It'll be as much space as there is from the white line up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. These guys are going to be pushing the white line and rubbing the wall coming off of 4 if they can get 6 wide here.
They definitely are. Nick, the college kid, has the nose ahead for the first time tonight into the lead with the push from Mogard. Flying Ryan, Cristiano Roca pulling back up into the pack. Jeff Edgar still lurking back there as well. And he has been fast all night tonight.
Boy, again, Matt Bear up against the wall all by himself.
Back to 2 wide for the moment. Edgar pulling back up. Flying Ryan and Cristiano Roca have gone nose to tail to try and pull back up. Lautaro just a little bit behind, and it is easy to lose the draft here. These guys have got to be careful.
I was almost wondering if Lautaro was dropping back to pick up, Ryan and Cristiano to pull those guys back into the pack.
Well, Cristiano is his teammate, so anything is possible here. And as they get 3 wide at the front, it definitely helps those 2 guys back behind. Kyle Martin still all alone up top. He has and will not get any help with any gutsy moves he makes. He is going to make them on his own and finally drops back down into the group, but I just don't know if he can pull it off tonight. Why is he going all the way up to the wall like that? It's like he's getting a run and just burning it off.
I think he's trying to get the run on coming down the hill to get the most speed going down the backstretch, but I feel like it's hurting his exit more than it's helping him.
I have to agree.
Now he's forcing these guys 3 wide. He has no help. I mean, he's doing a great job side drafting. I mean, I can give him that, but he's forcing it in there.
Definitely is. Jeff Edgar now pulling back up as we've got a car down on the apron. He pulls back up. That was Pelletier. Did not pass anybody, so no penalty. Nick Seams coming to the high side once again with the push from Mogard.
Rocha, Ryan Seams, and Lautaro have all linked up back behind these guys, so be watching for these guys to make a big push toward the front.
Yeah, they're just over a second behind, and with everything going on up here, yeah, they're going to be able to catch back up easily. Kyle's just trying to own that middle line, using the draft whenever he can get it. Some of the strangest moves I've ever seen, but hey, if it works, use it.
Honestly, if I was these front 5 or 6 right here, I would get single file and try to pull as much gap between me and the 91 as I could.
That's probably not a bad idea. They are starting to gain a little bit of ground on that lead pack. With 5 laps to go here at Michigan and a lap car coming into play, a couple of lap cars coming into play. When they come back around, it'll be 4 laps to go. Nobody's giving an inch. Kyle actually tried to block Nick from coming around up top. That is Steven Rex just in front. Pelletier is loving that sight ahead. He's got help from behind from Brent. Now has Rex just ahead to give him a hand. And the 7 back behind. Pelletier has all the help right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Rex didn't move out of the way here and let these guys go.
I know exactly what Rex did here.
He is blocking the 18, and it's going to cause a caution.
Oh!
They're wrecking into turn 3. That was all on Kyle Martin, and Steven Rex had no business trying to block that middle lane.
That you knew something was coming. Kevin, it's not 420 tonight.
Well, Doug, for your final broadcast in the All-Star event, this thing's going to come down to a green-white checkered.
Definitely is, and here it is. Mecca's got spun to the infield. Let's take a look. From the blip here, we'll back it up just a hair so you can see how the whole thing played out. Steven Rex got caught up to. He moves to that middle line. And Kyle tries to force his way in. Kyle got hit a few times in that one. His car's been beat up tonight. You got to wonder how much he's got left.
Well, I tell you, every wreck that we've seen tonight, it seems like Jeff Edgar's been right in the middle of it, and somehow he's still got that 7 car up front. But I tell you who benefited the most from this caution, and that's going to be Rocha, Seams, and Lautaro.
Oh, definitely so. And with a restart being a green-white checkered, we've got 4 that stayed out, 5 that hit pit road. Looks like Kyle Martin is out of the race.
Kyle Martin has officially been disqualified for the 2nd week in a row.
Wow.
Rex was waved around the pace car. Joe Campbell got another lap back, so that's going to benefit him. He's now going to be 6 laps down.
I think this may end up putting Rex back on the lead lap. And great to see Joe. He's going to pick up another lap here, as you mentioned. Great to see him making a comeback. I just wish he was on the lead lap for this final fight. And really, this green-white checkered finish is not going to come down to drafting, because it's going to take a full lap to get the cars up to speed. It's going to be who gets the best launch and can hold off the people behind.
Oh, yeah. I know people are going to say I'm rooting for Flaming Calmer because we're affiliates with them, but I really feel like that 91 of Lautaro Lamperti's got something to prove here.
And Cristiano Roca's still lurking there, but the college kid, he's sitting there in 2nd. I definitely would not want to be Matt Pelletier on this restart, and Nick, the college kid.
Oh man, I'm telling you, this green-white checker, Doug, is everything we've asked for. What a great way to send you off in dramatic fashion. They're not done wrecking by any means. These guys are going to be wrecking off a 4 coming to the checkered. Guys are going to start dumping each other. It's about to go down.
Yeah, they are stacking up.
I do believe when they take the green flag, there will be no more cautions.
No, there will not be any more cautions. Steven Rex, Jose Godino are catching up. Jeff Edgar making one last trip to pit road. Brent Mekas coming into 3 and 4 as well.
Johnny Evans has officially retired from this event.
Man. 18 cars started, and attrition definitely playing a big factor tonight. Jeff Edgar's still in his pit stall. He's going to have to hustle to get back up to the leaders. I don't know that he can at this point. He may be officially out of it. So it's going to be Pelletier and Seams on the front row, and no telling what's going to happen here. 2 laps to go. There will not be a caution. Whatever happens, happens from here. And they delayed the green. Jeff Edgar is rolling off pit road now. And he will maintain the lead lap as well. Maybe. Trying to double check. Yeah, I think Edgar will end up maintaining the lead lap.
Yeah, scoring and is not showing Edgar a lap down. So if he could catch back up, he may be able to do what everybody else has done coming from that position tonight and just drive past them all on the outside.
He's going to pull the old Days of Thunder move here.
Or he may pull a Ricky Bobby slingshot engaged. Who knows? It's the All-Star event.
It is, and anything can happen. It's definitely going to get wild out here.
Hey, I promise you, if this was a real event, we would definitely have a Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch moment in the garage with several different guys. We'd have a Royal Rumble on pit road.
Definitely would. Maybe they need to move. XCAL needs an octagon going forward in the pits.
And I believe enemy number 1's going to be the 18 of Kyle Martin.
Probably so. Pace truck about to pull in. Still 10 cars on the lead lap, and Edgar's going to catch them at just the right moment.
Remember, he can't pass before the start-finish line. He's got to stay in line, so will he have to hold up momentum just enough, or can he time it perfect?
He's catching up as green flag flies. Edgar at the tail, and he is coming up quick.
Yes, sir. 2 laps to go. These guys dive off into turn 1.
And it looked like Edgar may have lost some momentum into 1. He does give Joe a bump. Meanwhile, 3 wide up front. Mogart tried to shoot the middle, couldn't do it.
Here comes the 91 of Lautaro Lamperti. Gave Pelletier a good push. Seams and Mogard working the outside.
I know a lot of the Seamsters are out there cheering. They want to see Nick or Ryan in it. Ryan's still in the fight. 3rd in line on the bottom.
Good save by him down there on the bottom. Rocha giving him a good push.
Here we come to the start-finish line. This will be 1 to go. And Nick Seams has the nose ahead as they head off into 1. And it is getting... Oh, Roca and Seams get together.
Great saves by both of those guys.
Great saves, but both maybe out of contention as Edgar's got a huge push from Mekas coming down the back straight. Will they be able to catch? They're wrecking up front. Mogard's around.
These guys are going to get 3 wide coming to the line. Does Lautaro have enough to get to him to make it 3 wide? Here we go.
No. Oh.
Off of turn 4. They're banging doors. They're banging doors. Do they wreck each other?
No, yeah.
Lautaro's going to go to the outside. It's going to be
a photo finish, and Pelletier wins the 2024 All-Star Race.
Wow, what a finish. What a finish.
Man, that finish couldn't have been more than a few hundredths of a second.
Great finish. Well, Doug, for your final broadcast, was it everything you'd wanted?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it couldn't have gotten any closer, and it couldn't have been any better.
Here's the white line rule, though. With Pelletier going down all 4 below that white line, will he be disqualified for advancing position on Nick Seams?
Definitely gonna be an interesting one, but looks like Pelletier is available. Let's see if we can get a quick word. Matt, congratulations from our data. You're the All-Star winner.
Oh boy, let me tell you, Doug, I'm shaking right now. I did not think I was going to hold it there on the bottom. They were nosing me out here and there, and fortunately, I think I just got lucky with the way it unfolded on that last lap.
Well, man, it was definitely a wild night, and we saw you early on, especially in stage 1, off the back, playing it safe, and your car, one of the few, not completely destroyed after the race.
Yeah, let me just say this, Doug. It's a team thing tonight. I think all of us together were saying that, hey, we're going to try and make sure one of us wins it. And, whether we had to go out there and, help each other draft, push each other, whatever we had to do to try and get there, it just so happened I was the one who was just out front. And, without the team, couldn't have done it. So.
Well, man, it was definitely a big team effort. You finally got one. You're getting a butt kicker and a big night, man. Great job. Congratulations. And how much more of this season do we see? Are you back full time?
I don't want to say full time. I might miss a race or two here and there. I'll be honest, Doug, it's all about how much fun it is. The guys I run with on the team, they're a lot of fun to be around. And, so long as I'm enjoying it, I'll keep on coming back. And I think I'd say that for the most part, I should be here for the rest of the season, hopefully.
Well, man, that's awesome. Looking forward to seeing you. Congratulations. You are the 2024 All-Star winner, buddy.
All right. Thanks a lot, Doug. Appreciate what you do, man.
Well, JR, that is it for the All-Star event and for me. What are your final thoughts after this race?
Well, we knew it was going to be a wreck fest coming in. It did not disappoint. Great race. Great win by Matt Pelletier. Great run for Nick Seams. Lautaro had a great run there at the end. But, what made tonight the best race for me was getting to hang out with you, Doug, for your final broadcast. And appreciate you letting me come in and do this. And best of luck on your future endeavors, buddy.
Well, thanks, man. It has been fun having you in the booth. And look forward to seeing you on the track here soon. You guys at home, we are still going to be broadcasting, so make sure you come back and see us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll be making some announcements very soon, and we will have Nowski back tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to 3 great years with XCAL. Have a great night, everybody.